A freaky piece of film from North Carolina displays several mysterious balls of light soundlessly hovering in the sky. Some suspect that the bizarre sight could have been an armada of UFOs. The intriguing footage was filmed by William Guy during a ferry ride across the Pimlico Sound last weekend.
Look, nothing in the sky at all. Then all of a sudden, bam! What is that? Anybody tell me what that is? We're in the middle of the ocean on a ferry. Nothing around. Look, nothing around. No land, no nothing.
In the video, he first films a rather picturesque sunset unfolding over the water, then turns his camera to a cluster of 14 orbs in the sky and asks, "What is that?" A flabbergasted witness goes on to note that we're in the middle of the ocean on a ferry, and that there isn't any land nearby. Based on what can be heard of the babble from fellow passengers on the ferry, it would appear that Guy was not the only one who noticed the incredible scene, as one person can be heard marveling that you only see that stuff on TV. In a comment on his YouTube page, Guy indicated that the lights disappeared and then returned a few minutes later. As for what the anomalies could have been, some UFO enthusiasts have suggested that the footage shows a fleet of alien craft possibly making observations on the planet. A less whimsical likelihood put forward by unconvinced viewers is that the illuminations were training flares being used for military exercise. A fireball that fell from the heavens in Chile last week sparked a number of small fires, as well as a baffling mystery due to its unknown origins.
Now to a story puzzling scientists. Not long ago, an object came crashing to the Earth. It looked like a meteor, but it turns out it wasn't. So what could it be? Well, we sent out Arctic correspondent Natasha Sweet with all the details from LA.
Flaming objects descending from the sky fell onto a woman's property in southern Chile, creating several fires. But geologists say the objects didn't look natural and was not a meteor. So, what was it? Well, Chile's National Service of Geology and Mining investigated 7 different points of the alleged impact. After surveying the area, officials said there was no evidence of space rock.
The curious event happened on the island of Chiloé on September 25th, when several residents reported seeing a burning object that appeared to be breaking up as it descended to the ground. While the happening was initially rumored to have been simply an asteroid burning up while entering the Earth's atmosphere, the case took a strange turn. Chilean officials announced that was not the case. A statement from the country's National Service of Geology and Mining indicated that an examination of 7 locations where fires had broken out due to the literal unidentified flying objects yielded no remains, vestiges, or evidence of the meteorite. Officials with the agency plan to study soil samples taken from the locations in the hopes that the dirt will contain some hint as to what was behind the bewildering event. Libraries throughout a county in North Carolina say that a book which details ghostly legends in the area keeps getting stolen by sticky-fingered patrons. According to a local media report, the work in question is Haunted Ashville by Joshua Warren, which was written back in 1996. Since the book began being stocked by libraries in Buncombe County, where the city of Ashville is located, it has repeatedly gone missing. Amazingly, a whopping 27 out of 37 copies of the book in the county's catalog have been classified as having been lost, likely to thieves, making it the most stolen book in the entire system. Invariably, Every branch in the county has had a copy go missing, and many copies. Any librarian in the county will tell you that they've lost copies of it. His assertion was seemingly confirmed by a second librarian, Carla Holler, who observed, "I've worked in the system for over 30 years, and I've seen us buy that book over and over and over again." Taking haunted Ashville is an epidemic, Pollock lamented, theorizing that there's something about the book that appeals to maybe mischievous characters, conceding that the thefts baffle her because people could just check one out for free. Holler guessed that the individuals stealing the book are using it as a guide to explore paranormal hotspots in the area. Be that as it may, the tome's reputation for frequently being stolen is so well known among librarians in the county that in many branches, haunted Ashville is actually kept in a secure location so that it cannot be taken. A high school in Ghana was forced to shut down this week after an alleged ghost sighting sparked something of a panic among the pupils. The strangeness reportedly began in the village of Fumbisi on Sunday evening, when a group of female students were studying in their dormitory. According to the teens, their work was interrupted when an apparition of a person suddenly appeared before their eyes. The surprising appearance of the spirit so frightened the teens that they fled the room in terror, and one particularly unnerved young lady actually jumped from the second story of the building to the ground below to escape the ghost. All told, around 20 students wound up needing to be hospitalized following the scare because they collapsed during the chaotic scene, which some observers speculated could have been a spiritual attack on the students. Making matters worse for the administrators, the ruckus led to protests among the other students, who were calling for better conditions and security at the school. They likely did not help their case when they began pelting the headmaster's residence with rocks and assaulted a night watchman. A subsequent hunger strike by the students the following day ultimately led officials to temporarily shut down the facility in order to quell the growing furor. Oddly enough, the strange case of what appears to be mass hysteria is far from the first time we've seen a school struck by the phenomenon, as similar incidents have previously occurred in Colombia, the Philippines, Jamaica, India, Peru, Nigeria, and Indonesia. One also can't help but wonder why such episodes have not occurred here in America, considering how prevalent they appear to be throughout the world.
This concludes our broadcast day. Good night, and God bless America.